up, Metal4Metal Universe? I'm PJ Steven, and that's Dennis Parker, and we're here to give you another exciting episode of Metal4Metal news right down to your ear holes. Of course, we are on this time, we're on Facebook Live, so if anyone wants to pop up and ask us some questions, we'll definitely answer them right here.
To the best of our abilities.
To the best of our abilities here on the Metal4Metal Network. Guys, we're so excited to bring you this episode. A lot of great news, a lot of different news, including our one of our main topic is, wow, it's awesome because he's a science man at heart. You always wanted to be an astronaut, didn't you?
I did. I always wanted to be an astronaut, but I was never able to go to space camp. So after that, you know,
your parents were never sent you to space
They
camp?
never sent me to space camp. So after that, it was just a lost cause.
Yeah,
so.
I understand. Well, you are going to go through a little bit of a career change. Am I right?
I mean, I'm going back to school for a little bit, so
well, that's something different.
We'll see what happens with that. You know, basically going all in on that shit. So we'll see what happens.
Hey man, it's a story of everyone's life. You always go all in.
I gotta learn math in about 10 days, so we'll see how that goes.
Well, while you're learning all that math, tell me, what have you been listening to?
I've been listening to the new Accept album,
and it's so good.
It's really
the
really
new
good.
Accept album is off the chain.
Yeah,
you definitely have to check it out. That new album, man, it sounds just like Reckless and Wild, Balls to the Wall. But it's heavier. It's really good stuff.
I'm always happy when Accept comes out with a new album because you just know that it's just a straight classic heavy metal album. You know, I mean, I like my power metal and my death metal and all that shit, but like this is just old school
heavy
traditional
metal,
heavy metal, man, and it's really good. And hopefully we'll have a review of it coming up.
Yeah, we are gonna be reviewing the new Accept album here pretty soon. Rusty, thank you very much. Love you, buddy. And he notices the Rick here.
Nice.
But anyway, so that's just something that we really wanted to review is the new Accept album. We love Accept. When they dropped their first album in '82 with Reckless and Wild, and of course everybody knows Balls to the Wall. I mean, there's an album they put out in '96 called Predator. It's one of my favorite Accept albums. Not really liked by a lot of the fans, but it's still really killer album. Udo is still not with the band. They're obviously their old lead singer, their first lead singer, but this new guy is still putting out new records. He's been there since for a little while. I mean, I think I
can't remember when it was. Blood of the Nations was the one that really got me back into him. I remember they featured it on it was not Headbangers Ball on That Metal show. Yeah, and it was kind of like their album of the week kind of thing, and I went and picked it up and I was like, oh yeah, Accept, man, I haven't heard them in a while, so
yeah, Eat the Heat is also a fantastic record too. I gotta love Heat the Heat. And actually, I think their first record was actually I'm a Rebel from 1980. I think that's their first record, if I'm not mistaken. But even then, I mean, there's really good stuff. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. Their first record was in 79. Wow. It was their self-titled Accept. Right? Yeah. It's their first title, Accept, was their first record. Either way, go check out their new record, and definitely
The Rise of Chaos.
The Rise of Chaos, really good stuff. There's a song in there called Kool-Aid, basically about don't drink the Kool-Aid and listen to your fucking religion. Right. That's what it is, and it's it has a lot to do with the whole Jim Jones thing and all that. Mixing the cyanide. Anyway, good stuff. We're gonna get right into the news here with our first piece of news being something from a band that we haven't talked about yet that I'm kind of a fan of. We're going to go straight into some Whitechapel news. Dennis, what you got?
I'm not really a fan of them at all, but I mean, from what we're reading here is that they're going through a lot of lineup changes, and this is coming from Metal.
But it's only their drummer. They never have lineup changes except for their drummer.
Yeah, it's just coming straight from Metal Injection here. Whitechapel's lineup rarely ever changes, but when it does, it always seems to be the drummer. This time, it's been Herachloride?
It's been Harry Clode?
Yeah, whatever, man. Like,
whatever, you quit the band. I don't care about
it doesn't matter. You quit the band, and you have a very, very hard last name to pronounce, so fuck you, dude. And, he's announced he's left the band. He actually says that he hasn't even officially been in the band since May. And,
so I think he's just a touring member or whatever.
He said he hasn't been emotionally invested in the band in a while, so he's out. And, I really don't know too much more about it, honestly.
Well, I know that the guy that replaced him, Jason Westmoreland.
Yes.
Westmoreland. He was in a band called Hate Eternal, which I really like. Hate Eternal is a really great band. They're almost kind of like Whitechapel. Whitechapel's been a band that's been around for a little while. Their first, I can't remember the name of their first record, but their first record is really what got me into it. they're different. They're not just the same kind of. They've kind of gone towards a metalcore influence, but they're still a hell of a band, and I think they're the one band that's kind of keeping it there.
Jesus Christ! Was their first album, The Somatic Defilement?
Yes, that's it. And the record that really got me into was their second one. This is Exile. This is Exile is really good. And then they had a self-titled one as well, not bad. But I like Whitechapel, I really do. They're different, like I said, and they're not just the same metalcore bullshit that you hear. So I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Whitechapel. I really am. And I hope this new drummer works out for them. Because like I said, they don't have a lot of lineup changes. I know you don't know a lot about Whitechapel, but no, they don't have a lot of lineup changes at all. But except for their drummer. Their drummer always, for some reason, likes to fuck up.
What is it about the drummer with them?
Yeah, Frank.
Yeah.
Just kidding, Frank. But now we're going to go into some news that we both know very well.
Yes.
This is, of course...
Doyle from the Misfits.
Doyle from the Misfits.
Has his second
Wolfgang
solo.
von Fleckenstein.
Yeah, right. Has his second solo album out, and he's going on tour October and November. And I was listening to this for the past couple days, and it's really, really good.
Yeah, As We Die, right? Doyle too?
Yeah, As We Die, and it's it has a lot of punk elements to it, but the production is very much metal. Like it's a very metal album.
It sounded pretty heavy. I listened to just a little bit.
Heavy,
I didn't get to listen to a whole lot.
Yeah, and it's great too. And they have Arch Enemy members from Arch Enemy and Lamb of God on there.
You know we love Arch Enemy.
Yeah.
Speaking of Arch Enemy, of course, we did see that they were going to be on tour later on.
What, with Trivium?
With Trivium,
right.
we talked about that in our last episode. We're really trying to make that show. But even with members from Arch Enemy, you think Jeff Loomis is going to be on this album? He's playing with Arch Enemy right now.
But yeah, I actually read a thing that he was not, he did not write on the new Arch Enemy album at all. He was just there.
What do you think he's going to be with,
on tour with them?
Yeah?
I hope so.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I love that. Either way, everyone knows Misfits from, of course, Danzig. But to me, Doyle is Misfits. I mean, he's had the overall image of them, and he's badass, and I don't think he's ever put out a bitchy rant about politics or government or whatever, and he's... Quite frankly,
if he has, we haven't read it yet.
Quite frankly, his new album is better than Danzig's.
Oh my God, it's in another league.
Horrible.
Oh my God.
So I mean, Doyle, hell yeah, man, keep going for it, bro. And hopefully we'll be able to see it. They are coming to Fayetteville, North Carolina at some point, which is one of my old stopping grounds. So I'd love to go see him. I wonder who he's gonna be with.
It actually doesn't say. I mean, I imagine it must be probably like a local band or something opening up for him. But yeah,
hey man, local's always great.
Yeah, that's cool, man. It's gonna be October the 21st, Fayetteville at the Drunk Horse. That's gonna be the closest it is to us. And then they're also gonna be playing a couple shows in Florida and Oklahoma, Texas. Actually, there's a lot of tour dates on here. So
looks like they're really going all out, which is great. You always love that when a band puts out a new record and they actually want to tour. That's what you want.
And it's a great album.
And a lot of we talked about this the other day. A lot of band members and a lot of bands, make their money from their tour nowadays.
That's what they all do.
That's just what it is. Like we said, not a lot of people buy records anymore, so it's going to be very much. You got to make money from your tours and your merch and all that. That's why merch is $40 now. Yeah. That's just the way it goes. Our next piece of news that we got is something really near and dear to my heart, and of course his, because it's big Metallica fan. This has to do with Cliff Burton and of course his father, Ray Burton.
Yeah. Well, basically, this is just it shows that Ray is still getting a bunch of royalty checks from the late Cliff Burton. From Kill 'Em All, Master Puppets, Ride the Lightning, and all that, and he's been giving them. He's just been donating them to charity, like to these music foundations. Let's see here, at the Castro Valley High School for music, he's just gave them the entire check. So I mean, I don't know how much it was, but it's nice that it might have been. I'm sure that the royalty check for something off Kill 'Em All is a lot more, but it also goes into another story here where it was saying that the first royalty check that Cliff got was off of Kill 'Em All, and it was for about $1,500. His mom recollects, and he took him out to it was like their favorite sushi restaurant in town. So that's pretty cool. But he says that Ray's saying that he thinks his son would have dug just given the money to charity because he was big into education. And,
that's always what you want, man. And Ray Burton. I've seen videos of Metal Allegiance. With Charlie Bennett and Alex Skolnick, Chuck Billy, all playing for Ray Burton and doing Disposable Heroes, actually, in front of Ray Burton and him just really loving it.
That's cool.
And Mike Osigata was there too, lead singer of Death Angel. And he's the one who sang it, actually, Mike. And, man, what a really cool sight to see Cliff Burton's father enjoying Disposable Heroes as a cover and just having a lot of fun. Chris Jericho was also there. Metal Allegiance always does things like that, but that was really special what they did for Ray Burton. And it was also his birthday that day, and he got cake to the face. So
I think it was great. Cool during the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame how they let Ray go up there and kind of accept Cliff Burton's award.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
And it also gives a lot of things of, his son, at the time, his father probably didn't agree with everything that he was doing, with Metallica and all that noise. But hey, that's the biggest example of a proud parent that you could ever find.
Yeah.
Is that right there. And you got to love it,
Yeah, from what I read about it, that, they kind of were skeptical about it, but when they saw how much time and effort that Cliff was putting into playing bass guitar, like they said he was sitting in his room for like 12 hours a day in practice. So,
yeah, exactly.
When they realized that he was, oh, wow, he's serious, and then, he heard their music and was like, oh, wow, this is actually legit. What he's doing here. So, you can't really argue with it after that.
Do you think that if Cliff would have been still alive, that Metallica would have stayed in that really thrashy direction?
Probably not.
You don't think so?
No, I doubt it.
Do you think Cliff would have left the band?
No, I doubt it.
No? He would have kept going with the flow?
Yeah, I think...
You could see Cliff doing Enter Sandman?
Yeah, I see. Because I think he would have gotten older, just like the rest of them, and, with all the money they would have had that, I think he probably would have gone out and wanted to do his own side projects and things too, like that. And yeah, sure, dude. Like once you get older, man, you calm down a little bit, So
you're speaking from experience, I think.
Yeah, and I think
because you're old as fuck.
I am old as fuck, and I'm tired all the fucking time.
You're tired because you work in a restaurant. There's a difference.
Well, that's probably it too. But no, man, I think maybe. The Black Album would have been a little thrashier, but I think that they were just at that point when they hit the Injustice for All, that was just kind of an insane album full of riffs, and there's really nothing more that you could do after that. And I think they probably wouldn't have been able to convey that message to Cliff, and he probably would have agreed with it and wanted to do something just more streamlined.
Would Cliff been able to put a little bit more filter on Saint Anger?
Hopefully, Cliff actually probably would have killed himself after.
Speaking of that,
that might have been the thing that made him leave Metallica.
When I was reading this article, actually, there was a guy who commented under, and I won't say his name because I do remember it because I burnt it into my skull because I thought he was a fucking idiot. He said that...
How do you really feel?
Well, no, he said that Metallica were the ones that killed Cliff Burton. That they hired a driver to drive stupid so they could kill Cliff Burton and replace him because Cliff was trying to...
So they hired somebody to get in front of the bus and act all stupid?
No, they hired the driver of the bus.
Oh, the driver of the bus was...
So this guy really thought that. He was typing it, and he was really thinking it, and everyone was just kind of like, you're an idiot. And I said things like, tinfoil hat alert, and all that, right, because I don't believe in any of that bullshit. I think what happens, happens. I don't care. And we'll never know what actually happens anyway, so why keep looking? But anyway.
And the earth is flat, too. Right.
Yeah, the earth is flat. So anyway, I'm reading this, and I'm thinking, what would make you think that Metallica wanted to kill Cliff Burton? Why would you put this in people's heads?
It seems like if they wanted to kill Cliff Burton, they would have come out with a more clever way than just putting all their lives in jeopardy, right?
That's what I said. I was like, so how would they guarantee that they were not...
Right.
They were like, they just hired a driver that was that good.
Yeah,
I was like, do you listen to yourself?
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, that doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, the guy was retarded.
Yeah, okay.
He's probably wearing a helmet.
Yeah, I don't even want to humor that idea because it just doesn't... why wouldn't they just hire an assassin just to go straight after? It's like, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're just going to hire a drunk guy to flip the bus on purpose. And maybe we all die. Maybe just Cliff dies.
But that's the goal,
Oh, look, Cliff just died. It worked.
It
worked.
Wonderful.
Whatever, man. That's retarded.
Guys, our last piece of news, of course, our main topic is something really unorthodox, but it's something badass, and it's all about Motorhead. Prehistoric Crocodile. Named in honor of Mr. Lemmy himself. Take it away, James.
Yeah. Lemmy has joined the elite group of metalheads that has some type of animal or insect or some shit named after him. after him. And before getting into it, there's Ozzy has a bat frog named after him.
I did not know that.
Yeah, okay, so, and I looked into it, and I was like, okay, it is actually some type of bat frog. All right, he's got that named after him.
Wait a minute, doesn't Mustaine have a spider named after him?
Yeah, it's a tarantula. Dave Mustaine has a tarantula named after him, and Henry Rollins has a breed of fire ants.
I'm deathly allergic to fire ants, so fuck you, Henry Rollins.
So that's pretty cool. I guess the tarantula and the fire ants are, pretty cool. But, of course, they give Lemmy the coolest one, which was this, if I'm reading this right, it was like this 19-foot long giant prehistoric crocodile. And they're calling it the Lemmy Suchus, which I think the Lemiosaurus would sound cool.
Better, yeah.
Would sound better, but
what
the
like era is this in?
It just says the middle of the Jurassic period.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's a part of the Telesaurus family, an extinct group related to crocodiles. Turns out the photocroc was discovered nearly 100. Well, that's one big pile of shit.
You scare the T-Rex away. Alright, I've had a lot to drink.
Oh, yeah.
Moving on.
A lot more than I have.
Dun, 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 Continue, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's really all there's to say. It was a really cool crocodile that would have kicked all of our asses. And they named Lemmy after it. And it's really fucking cool.
Now I kind of want to name my T-Rex after Lemmy. That's amazing.
You should just name it the Lemmysaurus.
The Lemmysaurus? Alright, T-Rex, you are now the Lemmysaurus.
Lemmysaurus.
That's pretty cool. I mean, cool things like that are always great. I first actually read that article not on a metal website.
No, this is on CNN.
Yeah, it was like BBC. All over the place. And these reporters were like, Lemmy from the band Motorhead,
yeah, right.
who you might know played the song Ace of Spades,
right.
And it's like, honey, turn that up,
I was surprised how much coverage this got because, I saw it on the BBC and everywhere.
If he hadn't died, it would have got no coverage.
Right.
That's what's fucking sad.
No, not at all. I mean, if he hadn't died, I don't even know if they would have named it after him. But I mean, then again, Lemmy or Henry Rollins, Mustaine, and Ozzy are all still alive too.
That's cool.
But maybe it's because he's dead. That's why he got the cool super.
Maybe he got the crocodile.
The giant crocodile.
Is crocodile or alligator? Crocodile?
It doesn't matter. Crocodile.
It matters, yeah.
Crocodile.
There's a big difference between an alligator.
There's a
huge difference between a crocodile and an alligator.
It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you understand? Well, listen, guys, that is amazing. I gotta say, if Motorhead was still playing live these days with Lemmy, of course, on stage, they should have a crocodile on stage. That would be tits. Could you imagine?
That would. So, I mean, do you think we'll ever get a holographic a Lemmy?
I wouldn't want to see
Motorhead
it. You know my feeling on that.
On the stance with it, yeah.
I mean, what if
it's 50 years in the future and you have like your little PJ monster thing running around? You're like, oh, well, let's go see the holographic Motorhead.
I would do it for my demon child.
Right. I mean, because how else is your kid gonna? Well, I don't know. Maybe you'll just have your own personal hologram in your house.
That'd be cool.
I don't know. Who knows? But that's all the news I give a fuck about.
Well, guys, right before we get into the topic, I want to go over a little bit of our local news that we have going on. We've had to reschedule a little bit of our Metal Hammered interviews for some complications, but do not worry. Stardog is still going to be on the show, probably late September, early October. Same thing with Hybrid Mutants. We're going to reschedule them as well. They are going to be on the show, but we're going to take a little bit of time to get some stuff together before we just rush them right in because we want to give you guys a good product. However, Glam Nation will still be on the show. The 28th of August, right before their big show, September 2nd at the Windjammer. Very excited to have Glam Nation on the band. Those are a really great group of guys, heavy into glam metal and, of course, hard rock and 80s hair metal. You got to love it, and they have a huge gimmick, a great following. Mm-hmm. That show at the Windjammer is going to kick tits. I do want to go over as well that the SPCA event that's going on right here in South Carolina. Rusty, I know you're watching. The Gutter Saints will be playing with Monsters from Outer Space and the Meerkats at the Sand Shack. There's also a ton venues and shows going on, over 40 bands. The whole itinerary is on the Metal4Metal Facebook page. So definitely check it out. Go see the bands that you want to see.
And how many days is this going on for 40 bands?
Just 2 days, Saturday and Sunday.
2 days, huh?
Yeah, Stardog's going to be on Sunday at the Sand Shack, I believe. And I might be wrong, but again, the itinerary is online.
Wow, so does each band get like 30 minutes of playtime or
I
something?
know they get like 45.
Oh, wow.
There's 4 bands Saturday night. I can't remember the other band just got added. I actually can't remember what the first band's called.
Okay.
But either way, or the second band rather. But it's gonna be a really good stuff, guys. Please go to Metal4Metal on Facebook and donate to the Francis Marion Animal Shelter as well. But again, that's gonna be Friday night and Saturday night. Not Saturday and Sunday, I'm sorry. But Friday night and Saturday night for the SPCA event. That's going to be off the chain. We're really going to be excited for that. But like I was saying, go on Metal4Metal, our Facebook page. I've put a link up there for you can donate. Their Monsters from Outer Space, for example, their goal is 150. Metal4Metal donated $20. That's all we could give, but we gave something. Please donate something to the for the SPCA.
I also agreed not to beat my dog for 3 days.
Exactly. We will not beat our animals for 2.5 days.
Right now it's 2.5.
2.5 days.
We're going down 2.5.
But
God, I hope can't wait
either way, that's going to be a really, really cool event. A lot of great hard rock and heavy metal and punk all together for animals, for the love of animals. And you got to love animals. I love animals more than people, I tell you that much.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Moving right along to the month of September 4th, Alert the Media is going to be on the band. They just dropped their new EP, so we're really excited to have those guys on. And Dirtpot will be on the band. Will be on the show September 11th. So we're really excited to have Dirtpot on the band again. A lot of really young dudes. They're going to be on Metal Hammer, but they can't even drink, but that's all right.
You think they even remember what happened on September the 11th?
What happened?
I think that was like when Hitler was born or something, right?
Something like that. I don't know my history too well. I only know heavy metal history.
Yeah.
But so that's what's going on in the local community. Oh, also September 24th. Excuse me, September 24th, I believe. No, August 24th, rather. Alert the Media is playing at the Tin Roof with Hubris, who is a great punk band that I saw at the Purple Buffalo with Energy and Alert the Media. But Hubris, definitely check them out. Give them a like and subscribe. They are really awesome, and they put on a hell of a show. They're really great group of guys. And we're going to be moving right along to our topic of the week, which I do not know about. And I guess Dennis is going to spring it on me.
It's a pretty easy one.
It's an easy one, apparently.
It's an easy one, and I think I know which one yours is going to be anyway. But what's your favorite instrumental?
My favorite instrumental?
Yeah, your instrumental. It's a song with no words, Steven.
I know what an instrumental song is.
All right. What's your favorite?
Transylvania.
I knew it.
Transylvania.
Yeah, I knew this one. Why
Transylvania is off.
Is it just because it's Iron Maiden? And that's
no, because I like 1776 too.
Oh, that's true. Do you have you heard Iced Earth's rendition of Transylvania?
Yeah, it's great.
It's really good.
It's just heavier. It's off horse.
It's exactly this. Yeah.
But Transylvania is the Iron Maiden instrumental that was off their 1980 album, their self-titled album, their first album, Iron Maiden.
Yes.
They also did an instrumental on Killers called Genghis Khan, which is pretty cool, or Genghis Khan, whatever you want to call it. But it's Genghis Khan. You're
I think
wrong.
it's Genghis.
It's Genghis, but I've heard people say Genghis. I just think of like
Jenga. Incorrect.
Wrong.
And if they're right, they should be wrong.
Wrong.
Right.
So what's your favorite instrumental?
Call of Cthulhu.
Call of Cthulhu?
I always think, and when I think of Call of Cthulhu, I always think of Guitar Hero, Metallica. How
they
the final
should've-
song, and I think we talked about this before.
we've
Well,
talked
probably
about
not
this.
on the show, but in private, about how the last song should have been Call of Cthulhu, and they should have been in the Arctic, right?
And you summon
Cthulhu, and like during the second half, like dun 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 dun, when it's really picking up, that's when like the ice starts cracking, and the claws and the fucking fangs and shit just start coming out, and his wings, Cthulhu's wings, just start fucking flapping in the wind. Dude, it would have been,
thought about this a lot.
It would have been so fucking cool. I have it all playing out in my head. Anytime I listen to the song, I just imagine Cthulhu being summoned.
Well, they really screwed up when they did that Metallica Under Ice or whatever.
Trapped Under Ice, where they didn't play it at Antarctica.
Yeah. It was
right.
Yeah, they didn't play Trapped Under Ice.
Maybe they just didn't want to scare the scientists.
They didn't play Call of Cthulhu either.
Yeah,
it just would have been perfect.
I don't understand where their head was. I mean, they were just kind of playing just a standard set, but I mean, it wasn't just a standard set. They were playing in Antarctica.
Well, here, okay. Well, let's go a little bit further. We'll go a little bit further with this. Rank your four. We'll say the first 4 albums of Metallica. Rank their instrumentals.
Oh, from the first 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
So number 1 is Call of Cthulhu.
Number 2, I'll go with Orion. Number 3, I really like Anastasia. And then number 4 is To Live Is To Die.
I thought Live Is To Die is your favorite. That was not your favorite?
No, it's my least
Because
favorite.
that's pretty much my list. Call of Cthulhu, Orion.
I thought you liked Orion more. I thought Orion was kind of...
I love Orion.
It kind of depends on your day.
Yeah,
I love it.
And then, Pulling Teeth, and then freaking...
To Live Is To Die, yeah.
Yeah, To Live Is To Die.
Yeah.
That song's good, but... Man.
I mean, I would like To Live Is To Die played at my funeral, I guess, just because I feel it's appropriate. But it's not necessarily my favorite instrument.
Wow, funeral songs. What would be my... Oh,
that's a good one. Maybe we should save that for next week.
Yeah, we'll save that for next week. We're going to give you a cliffhanger this time.
Okay, it's song.
What will be... Well, you already said yours.
Yeah, I can pick another one.
He's going to pick another one, guys. We're going to see you guys next week for what our funeral song would be. Guys, we're really looking forward to bringing you guys all this new content that we're going to try and give you with these interviews and the different shows that we're going to. You're going to have a lot of free time coming up here pretty soon. Good thing shows are only $5 around here.
Yeah, not a lot of money, though. So
yeah, they're only $5, and I'll buy you a PBR.
I'll be sneaking in through the back.
You understand? That's all I did. Right. Sneak in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Well, guys, thank you guys so much for your support for Metal4Metal. We appreciate all the likes and all the comments and all the subscribes you guys are giving us. Keep it coming, please. Keep it coming. We appreciate all your likes on Instagram as well. We've been noticing that. And don't forget, guys, we do have Metal4Metal merch made right here in the studio. I'll make you a custom one, whatever you want. $5 is all we ask for, and a sticker, Metal4Metal sticker, is one doll hair. That's all we ask for. We'll send it to you wherever you go. We'll take care of the shipping and handling. Just give us 5 doll hairs. That's all we need. Thank you guys so much for your support again. Keep it coming, guys, and please be on the lookout for our album reviews coming up. Our next album that we're going to probably review is Live Evil by Black Sabbath. We were really trying to get that one out, and of course, we're going to give you Accept's new album. That's going to be really great. Thank you guys again. I'm going to thank you guys so many times.
Thank you.
I just can't believe the reactions that we've gotten, and it's really humbled us a lot. And just like I said, to some people it's not a whole lot, but to us, one like, one subscribe, one view really just gets our dicks hard, and we sword fight.
I mean, my ego's actually gone through the roof. I don't know about humbling.
You know what?
At all.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to sign off. I downloaded that app, Sarah or whatever, where people can tell you anonymous shit. You know?
Oh, yeah. I've heard of that.
I got one that said, I thought I could rival you on heavy metal, but now I'm scared.
Wow.
And I don't know who sent it, but it,
God. I thought I could rob you on heavy metal.
No. I thought I could rival you.
Rival you on heavy metal. Just in general?
Yeah, but heavy metal something.
Like heavy metal what?
I think it was like heavy metal history or heavy metal law, heavy metal facts, just, just rival me in heavy metal. And then it said, but now I'm scared.
And they should be scared.
They should be scared.
They're coming after their lives next.
Iron Maiden's coming for you!
Is there anything else?
Nothing else, guys.
People are scared of us.
Yeah,
I have a huge ego
already.
now. I'm famous.
Iron Maiden's gonna get you.
I told the girl at Food Lion today that I was like, oh yeah, you may know me from Metal4Metal, and she was starstruck.
She was just starstruck. You know what though? At the show the other night at the Sparrow though, I was watching Hearts on Fire, or no, I was watching Hybrid Mutants, and the guy was like, hey man, aren't you KJ from Metal4Metal? I was like, no shit! My dick got instant hard.
Nice.
It was nice. And with that, guys, with my hard dick, I am going to go ahead and sign off here because I am PJ Steven. That's Dennis Parker. We're going to see you guys next week for some more Metal4Metal news. Thank you guys for watching on Facebook Live. Rusty, we love you. David, we love you. Thank you guys for watching so much. Ah!